with Elevate Realty Group. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. And you?
I'm good. I'm good. I was calling to ask a few questions about your inquiry. I wanted to make sure I followed up with you very quickly. Do you have a few minutes?
That was very quickly. Yeah, I just heard you on the A&G show.
Oh, good. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Okay, no problem.
How long have you been a fan of A&G?
Oh, gosh. Probably, 15 years? 20 years? I don't know.
You got me beat. I've been listening for about 10 years, and we've been partnered with them for a few years. But so what's going on about the property here on Annie? Are you just? I see that you were just curious of the value. Are you just in the early stages of thinking about a possible move?
Yeah, just curiosity more than anything. Seeing prices, which was real. Like, sure. Put the feelers out and see what happens.
Okay, we can certainly do that for you. That's usually why I call, just to kind of gauge. Do I call you 10 times or do I just check in? But what I can do is I can send you. Let's just call. I usually just call it an estimate of value, and it will give you like a range of what I think top end and bottom end would be, and then that way you can at least have a pretty good sense of where the market is in comparison to what your goals are, and then you can use that as like a baseline. And the values can swing 40, 50, 60,000 depending on condition and improvements and usability of the lot. Our information is limited as to what we can find on it. So if you want to hone it in from there, we can always come out and do a property visit or video tour, and then really hone that in for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. And you guys are based out of Roseville or Rockland or something?
We have a Roseville office, yeah, but we service Auburn, Grass Valley, Colfax.
Okay, so I would be within striking distance then, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, we just are gearing up this week to close on a home on Restive and in Colfax, and I mean, I'll probably sell 8 homes in Colfax, 10 in Auburn. So we're very familiar and sell many homes out there. And demand has been much higher for rural properties in the last 14 months than ever before, which is interesting. But I can certainly give you a clear picture. Okay. All right. Well, let me work on that. I'll follow up with you by tomorrow, and I'll email it over to you. The correct email here is johnnyboyliveoak@gmail.com.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to live in Live Oak and bought out here.
Nice.
Now things are shit. I'm going to move again.
Where would you think about moving to if you were going to move anywhere, out of state or stay local?
I would love to move out of state, but unfortunately, since I work for the state, I kind of have to stay here.
Yeah.
So I think that would be dependent upon how much I could get this house for or sell it for.
Got it. I think we all kind of wish we could move out of state, right? We'd see that big savings, but yeah, I mean, I'll send it to you by tomorrow, and like I said, we're really no pressure. So as that kind of decision formulates, and if it makes sense, it makes sense, and we can always sit down and kind of go over what options you have when you're trading your home for another, right? And how to make that seamless move without getting stranded, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And also, would there be like an estimate fee schedule as well? Or
a what?
Like a fee schedule? Like how much would it cost?
Yeah, we have kind of a menu-based approach. So, we would get to that once you, let's say, decide that, hey, I want to explore moving further, and we can come out and look at the home and then decide, what things you should do in preparation for selling your home, if any, and then what options you want to use in terms of what we offer, right? And then we would transparently break down, here's option A, here's how much that would cost, here's option B, here's how much that would cost, right? And how you trade into your other home. Okay? Cool.
Awesome. Sounds good.
I'll email that over to you by tomorrow, okay? Thank you so much for listening and reaching out.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was like an inquiry of value call. And so the whole goal is just kind of get feelers of what their motivation is. You can tell that he didn't want to give the goods he's in the very early stages of investigating what his home can sell for. Very common for sellers. They want to get an idea of the value range. Our goal is kind of dig, and get an appointment to go view the home. That way we can get into rapport. So the next steps from here is I'm going to send him a CMA, give him a broad value range so that he wants to get a much tighter idea of what it's worth. That leads us to an appointment.